Welcome friends, this is a collaboration hosted by Heidi at Heidi Sonboul DIY. I want to thank her for hosting this collaboration. It gives crafty YouTubers a chance to show off their skills and a fun mini marathon of videos for those of us who enjoy watching, learning, and doing these crafts on our own. It's truly good quality TV. Heidi is a very kind person and has great ideas and is very talented. Please check out her channels that are listed in the description box, as well as our playlist of those participating. And by the way, my name is Amy, and I want to thank you for stopping by. On to DIY number 1. Okay, this is a container I got. It's a plastic container. I got the sticky stuff off of it, and now I'm just going to apply some white Waverly Chalk paint, and just going to apply that over the entire thing. I ended up doing 2 coats. Then I put some blue tape on it because I'm going to make one stripe red and one stripe blue, and then where that blue tape is, I'll tear it off and that will be white underneath. So you can see where I'm going with this. I've got a makeup sponge that you can get at Dollar Tree, and I'm just applying this blue Waverly Chalk paint. I will list the colors below. At this present time, I'm not thinking of what it is right now. I think it's called Ocean. Okay, just removing that tape, and it made a nice crisp edge and looks very patriotic. I've got some little ribbons and stuff that I had on hand, and sorry it's a little bit out of frame, but just making, I had made a braid with this, and I'm just wrapping it around twice. And then I'm adding in a few embellishments. I had some of these little wood stars. They have a hole in the middle, and just tying them on so it gives it a cute little added bonus to it, more patriotic looking with the stars. And I believe I added, there was a total of 3 stars on there. So just tying them on, and it'll hang down and add to this cute little jar. And basically this cost me nothing because I had everything on hand. And there is the final result of my cute little jar. DIY number 2. Okay, I'm using the giant craft sticks. I got these at Walmart, and I have made a star with them, a star shape. I put this adhesive quick dry glue in between where the pieces of the wood came together, and I had bought these craft clamps at Dollar Tree, and I put them in place and just went and did something else, came back after a while and removed them. And then I am taking some jute twine, and I'm going to just start wrapping that around. I had a glue gun, and I used that to glue it down to start. When I did the wrapping, I did some wrapping, then I'd put some glue down, and then more wrapping. I didn't put glue on every single time I wrapped it around. And it did use quite a bit of the jute twine. Okay, and so this is just showing the transition from the star, that point part, to now here. And you can see I couldn't put any twine on there, obviously, but I did take some strips after this whole thing was done, and I did add some twine with the hot glue as needed in any place that didn't quite have any coverage. Now I'm just kind of showing you what at the very end, I went down one side and then I finished the other side. This is a patriotic Dollar Tree. It was 3 stars hung on a ribbon. I took off the white one. These stars are really cute. They're very shiny and glittery. And so I glued that down with the hot glue, using some wood letters from Dollar Tree, and those those are pretty fun to use. They're very thin, and I painted them with the red and the blue paint. All of my DIYs are using the very same red and blue paint, as well as the white Waverly Chalk paint. It's all Waverly Chalk paint. And then I glued those onto this, the little white star with some hot glue, and they stuck on there very well. I just had to reach in there and get all the little nooks and crannies. And there's the blue again. And when I was done, I did take my brush, I cleaned up what was left in the little paint tray there, and I put it back in the jar to conserve, using that, because it's perfectly good. And with that S, you have to watch it, because there's actually a right way and a wrong way that it goes down. So there is my little USA. DIY number 3. Okay, another Dollar Tree sign. And I didn't flip it over, but I think this one was with Tiki bar on the other side. And I'm just putting some wood glue in the little holes. I allowed that to dry, and I actually had to put a little more in there after it was dry. I've got my Cricut out, and I bought a design off of Etsy, and I will link that in the description box. And here I am just cutting it out, and I'm using leftover contact paper, and then I'm going to make this into a stencil. Because the main reason is because I did not have the blue vinyl paper to cut out. And so if you use some contact paper, you just take the reverse of everything else and make it into a stencil. And then this is the Waverly Steel color. It's a very nice gray. I love it. I applied that to the sign, and I ended up using 2 applications. I weeded out my what I cut out on the Cricut, and then I put it down here, and this is where I placed my inks. I started with the blue, and using the makeup applicator to put that on, and the same as with the red and the white. This is actually really kind of a neat little package of designs. It was in a package, and it was $3, and it had several other different font designs, sayings. I thought it was really cute. Okay, I let it dry for a little bit, and now we're just removing that, and it came off without any problems. It was nice and crisp. When you're using your makeup sponge, just go up and down rather than doing any swirling or rubbing, and it should not leak underneath and make any smudges or anything like that. And then just a couple more little areas to pull out with my little tool. And I wanted to show you, I had taken and put, I cut pieces to fit that were a yardstick, and I wedged in there some clothesline. It's white clothesline you can get at Walmart for $1 for several feet. And I'm going to put that on just to give it a little bit more extra touch. And so here I am, and I glued it on the back with the hot glue gun, and it stayed just fine. Just hold it in place. And there it is. And I just put that little hanger in there so it would just hold it and hide the little thing on it would hide it. And so there it was. DIY number 4. This is just going to be a cute little beaded, I don't know what they call them. They're like a little beaded embellishment thing. I am using what was left over with some fake florals, and they're wire, and so I just strung them on there and just kind of did the best I could on painting. Once I was done with that, there was just some areas that needed to be touched up, but it worked really good. And then I strung them on with some white yarn. And then here I'm just making a tassel. Just go around your hand several times. And then you'll want to tie it off like it's like a tassel would be tied off at the top. And it's hard to describe it, but you can kind of see how I'm tying it, and then you tie it again. And then the last part will be just trimming, cutting through the loop with the scissors after everything's tied off, and then trimming it so it looks nice. And this is the first time making one of these. I love these little things, and I'm thinking, wow, a person could really make a lot of cute little, I'm not sure what to even call this, but it's just like a little accent piece, the beaded accent piece. I guess that's what we'll call it. But it really does add a lot. Okay, and there I'm just trimming those little ends, that loop, and you gather it, trim off so it's all nice and even. And there you got it. I just love it. So cute. And this is my final result. I am very proud of this, these fun little crafts. I had so much fun making them. If you check my description box, it will link you to an Etsy shop with those cute fonts and words. I'm not sure how to describe that, but I'm sure that person that designed that will be happy to help you with any downloads. Yeah, it was just so much fun, and I want to thank you for checking in with me and watching this, and I can't wait to make more stuff in the future. And again, I want to thank Heidi for hosting this collaboration. It's so kind of her to do this. Thank you for watching. Please like and consider subscribing. Bye-bye, everyone.